Hello, namaskar viewers. I am Sanjeev Pandya welcoming you to another episode of the Money Talk with AJ right here on ITV Gold. The show is sponsored by Sai CPS Services, a full-fledged, complete professional accounting firm located in the state of New Jersey with, of course, multiple locations in New Jersey, but they can help you wherever you are in the United States of America because Sai CPS Services, they can help you with your individual taxes as well as the business taxes. If you're the owner of a business from small to mid-sized to large-sized business, they can help you out. Sai CPS Services believes in doing taxes right. Taxes must be done right. Taxes must be filed right, whether you are an individual or whether you are a business owner. And for that, they have the large, happiest clientele in the USA. They can help you out. They can be reached at 908-888-8900. That's a 908-888-8900. Or visit their website, saicpsservices.com. As we go along in the show, I will give you a little more information about Sai CPS Services and their very flagship services that they do for the business owners. So I will continue to give you information as we go along in this show. And of course, for this show, I'd like to welcome Mr. AJ Kumar, CPA, CVA, and MBA with Sai CPS Services. For over 30 years, with his experience, with his knowledge, and with his guidance, he brings valuable suggestions for you in this show, The Money Talk. So with that note, please welcome Mr. AJ Kumar. AJ, welcome to the show and good to have you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you for the kind introduction. I look forward to the show.
Yes, absolutely. Look forward to the show. We actually look forward to the show because you bring so much knowledge into the show. But together, yes, you actually look forward to my questions in the show.
Absolutely. Every week, this is an exciting part for me to bring the right information for a small business owner.
Yes,
we are serving small business clients right in the local area on Oak Tree Road in New Jersey, where we sit. We probably on this street only, Sanjeevji, we have 50 plus clients.
Yes.
This is what we are serving, right from business startup, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, annual tax, labor audit, business valuation, due diligence, forecasting, loans. This is what we serve. This is what we do for a small business client.
There is nothing that Sai CPS Services don't do when it comes to taxes and the businesses, managing businesses. They can also offer virtual CEO, CFO, and they can also have bookkeeping services, payroll services done for your company as well. So that way, business owners can focus on their businesses. That's what Sai CPS Services is all about. With that note, AJ, you just said one word, and I like to begin the show with that word, exciting, exciting, exciting. This is in reference to, ladies and gentlemen, very, very exciting show is coming up. This is going to be actually a presentation. You can call that seminar. This is going to be live in person on July 29th, 2026 at ITV Gold Auditorium in Edison, New Jersey. And this is going to be the show presented by AJ Kumar and his knowledgeable and trained staff of CPAs and CAs to give everybody a lot more information when it comes to taxes and businesses. So AJ, first of all, congratulations on organizing this show, to you and the entire staff at Sai CPS Services. And, I request you to give some information about the show. And viewers, you'll get some kind of information on the screen that how you can register and participate in this show. If you participate in the show, you'll get to know more about the show, and of course, you'll get to meet AJ and his staff of Sai CPS Services. So it's about your tax, your wealth, and your legacy. All these three things in order for any businessman to live through the business and after the business, what kind of legacy they want to live for themselves in the world. That's what the show is all about. So your tax, your wealth, and your legacy. AJ, I must compliment you for coming up with this very, very appropriate titles, because these are the titles would definitely go along with the business owners and wanna-be business owners. Business owners one thing, but wanna-be business owners or very young business owners, they're getting into it. So let's start with the taxes. For your taxes, what exactly you mean to say about your taxes topic in this seminar?
Absolutely, Sanjeevji. Thank you. So this year's event We call it Your Taxes, Your Wealth, and Your Legacy. This is our fourth event. We do it every year. Last year, we had Millionaires Tax Success event. We had almost 200 small business owners coming together on Oak Tree Road in ITV Gold Auditorium to attend the event last year. This year, we are expecting more than 200 small business owners attending the event. A lot of high net worth clients are going to be there. It's not only it's a good learning opportunity, it's a good networking opportunity if you are a small business owner or if you are looking for those high net worth clients. The event was sponsored by a lot of banks, a lot of wealth planners, a lot of insurance planners last year. Similarly, this year also we have the payroll companies, we have the banks, we have the wealth planners sponsoring this event. So it's a beautiful event. This year, the focus is not just the tax saving. After last year's success, we wanted to take the whole event to the next level. This year, we'll talk about not just the taxes, we'll talk about creating wealth. You save taxes, but wealth is not about saving taxes, not about making money. As they say, wealth is created by saving, not by making the money. If you are making $100 and you're spending $100, you're not creating any wealth. How do you make your money make money for you? That's wealth creation. So this year's event is going to talk about the hidden tax strategies that not a lot of people know. Then we'll talk about wealth building, and then we'll talk about creating legacy, exit planning, business valuation. How do you give the business to the next generation, or how do you prepare it for selling it to the next party? So the event has three focuses this year. We will talk about the hidden tax strategies, we'll talk about the wealth building, and then we'll talk about the legacy creation in this event.
Good. Very good. So with the taxes, let's start with your taxes. Let's start with the first topic. There is, section called qualified small business taxes. So what exactly means qualified small business taxes versus non-qualified?
Absolutely, Sanjeev. So under the tax section of this event, again, the event is on July 29th evening, 6:30 p.m. We started. We'll have dinner. We'll have good event. Very, very nice crowd. More than 200 small businesses are going to show up. The first section of the event is all about taxes. Before I tell you what QSBS is, Sanjeevji, I want to tell you an example first. Everybody is talking about President Trump is not paying taxes. Everybody is questioning why our president is not paying taxes. I say you have the wrong focus here. It's not why he is not paying taxes. Learn how he is not paying taxes. He is not doing anything illegal. In this event, we'll touch upon several strategies that you can legally use to minimize your tax liability. Strategies that you can use to minimize the capital gain, to defer the gains. We'll talk about probably 20 tax strategy. QSBS, as you said, qualified small business stock, is one of those strategies where you can invest money into this in a qualified stock, and they define qualified stock that it has to be under 15 million company, it has to be original stock, you cannot repurchase the stock, you have to keep the money in that company invested for at least 3 years for 50% exemption, if not 5 years, which gives you 100% exemption. If you invest your capital gains into QSBS, small business, you don't have to pay the capital gain taxes. So it's a beautiful strategy, especially if you have no use of money immediately. If you can afford to block money for n number of years, you can save substantial amount of money in taxes, especially for high net worth clients. It's a beautiful strategy. QSBS is one of the 20 tax strategies that we'll be discussing in this event, Sanjeev.
Okay, so that leads me to a question that what's the difference between tax planning and tax preparation?
Absolutely. Great question, Sanjeev. Tax preparation can be done by anybody. You have a software and you have some information that you are punching in the software. Tax planning is all about minimizing the taxes, doing it right and not paying more than what you have to pay. Say, for example, if you know how much the profit is going to be and you are a cash-based accounting system, for a small business, you can buy the inventory in advance. You can pay the vendors in advance. You can pay January rent in December. So you can claim it as an expense for the year. That's part of the planning. How do I minimize taxes? Knowing where I stand now, forecast how much tax you are going to owe, and then see if there's a way for you to minimize this taxes. Tax preparation, anybody can do.
Okay.
It's all about putting the numbers in the software, and the software will spit out a tax return.
So then if I may add quickly before we go into the break, is tax preparation is done between January and April, whatever your entity's personal tax returns are due. Tax preparation can be done a year before taxes are due. For example, right now as we are in, let's say, middle of the year 2026, this is the time for someone to start planning your taxes. Where do you want to invest your money? That way you can reduce your tax liability. Taxes we all have to pay. So the planning takes place, 6 months before the new year starts. And this is the time you should be contacting Science CPA Services, have them review your financial situation, and wherever you have made extra money, they will guide you, they will advise you to invest the money in several retirement plans where money will make money, as we have talked about in the past episodes, and at the same time, you can save taxes. So that's a tax planning. Preparation will be done once a new year starts. With that note, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you know most business owners are overpaying their taxes every year?
Wait, seriously? Why does it happen?
It's because they don't know the strategies wealthy business owners use. That's exactly what this event is about. Hidden Tax Breaks. Your tax, your wealth, your legacy. They're going to tell you how to legally reduce taxes, structure your business smarter, and keep more of what you earn.
Wow, that sounds useful. Can you give more details about it?
It's happening on July 29th at 6:30 p.m. at ITV Gold Auditorium in Edison, New Jersey. It's not a general seminar. It's for serious investors and business owners.
I'm definitely not missing this.
Join us at Hidden Tax Breaks and discover the edge you deserve. See you
you
there.
With that note, let's continue the second half of the show. And this show is highlighting the upcoming event, July 29th upcoming event put in together by Science CPA Services at ITV Gold Auditorium in Edison, New Jersey. So there are going to be major three topics, which I said earlier in the first half is going to relate to everybody, especially all business owners, wanna-be business owners, and individuals will come to know about it. In the first half, AJ told us about your tax. How does the taxes matter for especially qualified small business? Now let's go and we move on to your wealth. How do you turn wealth? You turn wealth by saving on the taxes and maximizing your wealth. That's what is your wealth section is all about. Right, AJ?
Absolutely, Sanjay. Wealth building is ensuring your money is making money for you. You don't have enough time in your life to keep earning. Unless your money starts making money for you, you will never be rich. You know what? 90%, not 19, 90% of the millionaires in this country are created through real estate. In this event, which is again our fourth year, in this event on July 29th, we'll talk about 1031 exchange. How do you sell the real estate, investment property, and not pay any taxes? We'll talk about DST, Delaware Statutory Trust. We'll talk about historical preservation, historical building easement. How do you invest into your own property so you never have to pay any property tax? And the government is paying you every month to maintain your own property because it's a historical property now. So a lot of great ideas when it comes to wealth building. We'll also talk about trust and estate planning. So there are a lot of good things to look forward to on July 29th. The event will start at 6:30 in the evening.
Okay. Shortly, can you just add a couple of lines on a trust and estate planning for our viewers, just briefly?
Absolutely, Sanjay. I'm glad you asked. The number one question that we are asked on the trust planning is when should I start planning for the trust? How much net worth should I have to have a trust? Do I need a will and a trust, or do I need just a trust only? Should I have a revocable trust or should I have an irrevocable trust? Should I put my primary home into a trust, or should I have a trust that can pay me instead of me investing money into the trust, a trust that can pay me until I die? So a lot of great ideas around it, Sanjeevji. A trust planning starts when you have certain amount of money.
Right.
Depending on your age, it could be 2 million. it could be 5 million. Right now, the exemption, Sanjeev ji, is 30 million for a couple, 15 million each. So you have to be careful as what time you want to start a trust planning. You also want to be careful as what type of trust you want, and you want to be careful about the executor. Who is going to execute this trust document on your behalf?
That is, executor means who's going to be making decisions, right?
Absolutely,
On your
Sanjeev.
behalf in that one. And how different is estate planning?
Estate planning is a very, very similar concept where we talk about when somebody happens to pass away, when somebody dies, what happens to that person's estate. That document is more about estate planning, where we include the will, where we include the trust, all the assets that this person has. So trust is part of the estate planning. Estate planning is a bigger, wider concept where we can have will, where we can have trust, where we can have other such instrument as part of the estate planning.
Okay, very good. So far we have covered 2 of the 3 topics which are going to be on this July 29th seminar presentation. One was your tax and second your taxes, and second one was your wealth. Now let's talk about very important thing is legacy. What kind of legacy that you want to leave it, for your family and for your business clients, because you want to leave a legacy. You've been a successful businessman and you must leave a good legacy so that way your name or your credibility continues to prosper, and that's what the legacy is. So everyone must have an exit strategy, correct, AJ, for when it comes to legacy?
Absolutely. An exit strategy does not necessarily mean that you have to have a plan to sell your business. You know the number one challenge the small business owner, our generation is having? Our children do not want to do what we have been doing.
Correct.
The way we created a life in this country. Our children have seen the struggle that we have gone through. They don't want us to go through that struggle. They don't want to do what we did. In that case, if you happen to be one of those small business owners, if you are running a grocery store, if you are running a pharmacy, if you have a doctor's office, and your children do not want to participate in your business, you better have a plan where your business can survive without you. Nobody will buy your business if your business is dependent on you. That's part of the exit strategy. How do you make your business independent, self-sufficient? If you have a situation where you have your son, your daughter wants to join your business, all the more power to you. Good luck to you. Make sure you can create enough protocols, enough processes where your son, your daughter can learn how to do the business. This is all part of the exit planning. This is all part of creating legacy. You need to have a business valuation done. Not because you want to know how much your business is worth. You probably already do. You want to do the business valuation because you want to know how do you increase the value of your business. Yeah. You want to understand the variables, the factors that increases, decreases, changes the value of your business. If you understand those factors, in next 3 to 5 years, you can increase the business. You can multiply those factors to have a larger value for your business. That's all part of this exit strategy.
You know, AJ, when you say that this generation faces one problem is that next generation do not want to follow up on their parents' business and then do not want to have legacy continue. In that case, what happens? What are the choices for the business owner has? To sell the business or to shut down the business? Is that what it is? And to sell the business, would it be competitive to sell the business? Would they get good return on their investment?
They can. They should. It's their lifetime hard work. A lot of people, not knowing any better, make the mistake of shutting it down or letting it go slowly, letting it bleed slowly. This is not how it's supposed to be. The number one challenge in small business is not a business without you. The business is you. Your business is 100% dependent on you. If you are looking for exit strategy, start thinking 3 to 5 years in advance. Do the business valuation. Make your business self-sufficient, independent of you. Nobody is going to buy your business if your business cannot run without you. You have to do some planning around it. If you can sell the business, that's an ideal strategy. You can merge the business. You can give it to a friend who is in the similar business and have some perpetual revenue, perpetual income coming for it. If you have to close it down, let it close it down slowly. Depending on the business to business. Let's say if you are running a high fixed cost business, grocery store, you do not have the option to let it bleed slowly. You have to close it. Otherwise, the rent, the other expenses are going to be higher than the amount of money you are collecting. If you have a professional service business, doctor's office, attorney's office, dentist office, you can start taking lesser client. You can start slowing it down and you can still make enough money. So not only it depends on the type of business that you have, it depends on your situation. Do you want to sell it? Your kids wants to come in. If you decide to sell it, start planning 3 to 5 years in advance.
Okay, very well. Now the last question. I don't know how important this question is.
No, please go
When
ahead.
it comes to legacy, and however, is there a way to plan legacy so better that it could also benefit when it comes to taxes to the business owner?
Absolutely. If you give the business to your son, to your daughter, they may have some tax obligation around it. If you plan it properly, if you keep giving 1% of your business every year, you probably don't even have to do the gift tax filing, depending on how big your business is. So you have to plan it in advance so you can avoid paying large taxes when you sell the business or when you give this business to somebody. That's
All right.
all about legacy coming together with the tax planning.
Oh, that's very interesting. And this is just a glimpse of what's going to come more in detail on July 29th. And bits and pieces, we're going to be talking about it in the next several weeks in this show, the Money Talk. But advice is that you should be part of that seminar presentation July 29th at ITV Gold Auditorium in Edison. You'll see more information on the screen as we go along. But meantime, I'd like to thank AJ for being
Absolutely.
here and helping us and guiding us with all these matters week after week. And we'll continue to give you good information about the money, because remember, when money talks, everyone listens. And that's what the show is all about. Until we meet again, I am Sanjeev Pandya, wishing you all happy and the money talk days ahead so long.
Thank you.